Hello, everyone. Laura here, and we just wanted to inform you about these sirens that started going off outside our house, and we didn't know why. Yes, the police showed up again. But we didn't call this time. Stay tuned for more.
Welcome to the It Couple.
Here you will get to listen to a husband and wife babble
About life situations, enjoyment, and fantasies.
And without further ado, let's start the show.
Hello, everyone. This is Laura.
And this is Xavion.
And you are listening to the It Couple podcast.
Yes, and we've had an exciting week. Maybe not in the way you would want it to be, but oh my goodness, it's been very crazy.
Well, if you are new to our channel, then we, suggest either before or after, it doesn't matter which, you go listen to our podcast episode that is titled We Called the Police. This one's kind of a sequel to it.
Yeah.
In a way, it comes after the fact.
It's a not sequel, so, but in our previous episode, we kind of open up about kind of like our current neighbor situation and our street area.
Part of the story with it.
Yeah, and it got just ranked up a couple more notches very recently.
Yep.
So let's see, how do we start? Would you like to start the story, or would you like me to start it off?
I guess it could go either way.
All right, I'll start it off on my end because I do think I start off the comical side of it because
you're comical.
Well, I'm decently comical. I like to think I self-identify as comical.
Okay, we'll say that.
Anywho, before I get ransacked over here, so. Here I am. I'm in my area space at my office, and I'm doing what I like to do, which is play video games. It's very fun for me. I enjoy playing video games, and I was just, actually the specific thing I was doing is VR chat. Which, it's pretty cool and fun. And while I was playing this game, all of a sudden I hear a big old pow in the back.
And this was not a firework pow.
Oh no!
This was a very distinct gunshot pow.
Yeah, this was the first thing that went in my head is okay. This isn't
the first time we've heard gunfire from over there.
Yeah. This has become almost a sad but a normal situation.
Yeah.
And it was oh my goodness, they shot their gun again.
Yeah. The first time we had heard it, we ended up calling the police. The second time we didn't.
And that was a while ago when we first did it. And I think we've not much seen to come from calling it. In fact,
the first time, police were lined up our entire road.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, somebody's going to go away for good. This was really bad. We heard 3 very distinct shotguns that time. And then, they eventually nothing happened and nothing came up with it. And so we're like,
which at the first time, that was a huge event. I've never, I've seen police.
That was a shotgun and it fired 3 times. That scares the crap out of you.
Oh yeah, that's okay, okay, call the police, because that was freaky. But we've gotten to the point where it's pow, and then we're like, and then you came in near crawling into the room, in a tactical manner, going back to your army days, and it's do you think we should call the police? And I'm still sitting at the desk. I was playing a game. These people are going nuts and crazy, and you're just done. No, I'm just going to continue playing my game. It's all right. They're hopefully they're just not, they're going to hit each other, not me. Anyway, this is something that I would not suggest, but this is how I felt at the moment, that yes, I do have someone in close proximity firing their firearm in a crazy, non-recommended manner, and I'm just going, whatever.
In a residential neighborhood.
Residential neighborhood too. Is this
at midnight?
Yes. And I'm playing my game, it's I just don't care anymore. So, we mulled it over, and this kind of went with consensus, nothing's going to happen. Why would he even call? Because it's not like anything's going to happen. And then lo and behold, actually, before we get there, because there was something that I would probably also suggest not doing, but I grabbed my little IKEA lantern and decided to go outside.
That I was not happy that you did that.
Yeah.
Because, after the shotgun went off, we have a Ring doorbell, and so we were able to like live view it to see what the heck is going on. And we noticed this car came out of our next door neighbor, went in front of our house, and then parked in this like dirt road kind of thing.
Yeah, we have like this weird median section that there's no house there, but people drive through
there, and then just stayed there, and we're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then you do.
I grabbed my light.
Not recommended. Very, it could have been very bad.
Here's what my thought.
I went and grabbed a bat during the time that he went and did it.
She would have hit me. but see, here's my thought process. Okay, there's some person that's out there doing something strange and weird. The least I can do is let them know that, hey, this house is not empty. There's people here. I'm coming out there with a lantern, shining my light, this like noticing that you are the weird person, that, hey, guess what? We have a witness. Yes, I see you being weird, and hopefully you're smart enough to take the hint and leave. That's all I need to do is just go in there, and you can go, oh, no, okay, never mind, I won't do this. Even for people who are common thieves or steal in people's houses, if someone's around walking, especially holding a flashlight, and I'm yes, waving it around, just waving my flashlight around as I'm going around and walking around the perimeter of the house. And then when I did see,
and I had my phone in my hand kind of thing. I'm like, I wanted to call the police. I've wanted to call the police pretty much every time that I've heard the gun. yeah,
but I almost feel like it's like calling over and over and over again. Now this time, I think that maybe it would have been a good idea. Funny thing, we didn't have to because.
Yep. Shortly after Xavion came back in, all of a sudden we see this car pull up and stop right in front of our house, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? What? And then I realized.
And when we say right in front of the house, like right in the middle.
Yeah, like our front door, straight ahead on the road. I mean, like right in front of it.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the road. And then I noticed, like,
there's there's
a police car.
There's another one, and then there's another one, and then there's another one.
No, it started off with just the one.
Yes.
And then he got out and, like, was, like, talking to somebody, and then another one pulled up, and somewhere in that time frame we're like, okay, whew, we're good, the cops are here,
they'll fix everything, we'll be fine
now, and and so hopefully something will happen, and so we went, and we were gonna, you went and checked on the laundry, which was
I was determined to have a normal day. I think at that point it just dawned on me, okay, I had to stop my game because I was enjoying myself after a long day of work, and I'm going to continue. I plan to do laundry. I'm going to finish up laundry, and then the forces just stopped me. Okay, you describe this. You describe what happened.
Like, it happened shortly. So anyhow, he was doing the laundry, and then like I could hear some screaming going on outside our front door. So I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on there. So I went to go find you, and then so I went in there, and I mean, like, just as soon as I come in there, all of a sudden it's like, I mean, you could hear them, because when we're in our garage-ish area, it's right next to where they live. I mean, right next to.
Yeah,
like,
and
stone's throw right over the fence, not very far.
And here's me just going there. I'm going to do laundry. Laundry's going to get done. Washing clothes. I need new clothes for tomorrow.
I was, like, very wanting to watch what was still, like, kind of going on in our Ring thing and stay near the front door and where our daughter's bedroom was. But anyhow, after I heard the commotion going on out front, I was like, okay, let me go make sure, he's okay, see what he thinks about all this. And then I walk in there, and all of a sudden I hear, get down, and I'm like, I'm getting down. I got down quick.
Yeah, I did, and I understand all, like, okay, I know he's not talking to me.
Well, I know he wasn't talking to me either.
But if you have been through this year of 2018 and 2017 and a little bit of 2016, actually, yes, a good bit of 2016 as well, the police yelling, stop, don't do this, whatever. Yeah. We've seen the videos, we've seen the clips. It's scary, and it is like, okay,
we didn't know if there was a gunfight about to go down at that point, right next to our house with us right there.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to do anything or make any loud noises that would have made them react to us.
Yeah, so they're outside.
Yeah.
But this is a garage, and, it echoes very well inside the room, so we hear him very clearly as he's screaming at this lady next door to lay down. Her response, it's just like, okay, down right now.
Well, she's like, I'm getting down.
I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna get down.
About like she's got smokes in her pocket or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm just trying to crush my smokes.
And I was like, okay, and then she was like, another point where she was like, oh, don't hurt my dogs, don't hurt my dogs. And I mean, they've got, pit bulls in their cages and stuff like that over there. And I can understand that sentiment because, I wouldn't want anybody to hurt my dogs either.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I certainly would not be thinking about that necessarily at that point.
It was part of me was surprising with her is just her calm demeanor. This guy is, with everything that's been going out and like how this guy was shouting, he was shouting very much so like the people. I've seen those clips when the cop tells you to get down, and in those clips they shot. Bad things happen, and everybody uproar.
We didn't know we had windows in there. We didn't know if there was a bullet about to graze through there.
Oh yeah, I went back. Trying to I'm gonna tuck myself as close as I can to this concrete wall.
And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I need to check on my daughter right now. She's sleeping during all this, but it's I needed it. So I'm army crawling out of the.
Yeah, and I didn't army crawl at all or any of this, No, I
was army crawling out there. I was gonna go check on our daughter and make sure she was okay.
Yeah, I was sitting there just pissed off, I'm trying to do laundry.
We had commotion going on next door and in front of our house and a little bit off to the front side.
Yes.
Because of the car and stuff that was over there. So that was we're holy crap, what's going on?
Oh yeah. And
some shit is going down.
So I eventually leave the room, and actually I remember before I left the garage, because at a certain point I have to say, laundry's gonna wait.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
What's more important at this point?
Yeah, exactly. And it's I do remember saying once you hear go. And I remember she said, should I go? Get down, go. No, I told you to go to check on our daughter. Check on our daughter. It's go, just go check on her. It's And then after that all passed, and they were doing whatever because I wasn't out there, but I was looking through the windows. Very heavily and trying to gauge of what we could see on there.
I was I probably had a good 20 or 30 times I was checking our Ring doorbell to check out front.
Oh my goodness. And it was not responding fast enough.
No, it was not.
No, we
kept kicking me out. I would be in it watching what was going on, and then it would time out on me and kick me out. And I'm no, I need back in.
And if anybody's you out there, it is not about the Wi-Fi connection. Wi-Fi is solid. Yeah, all that connection speed was solid. It was just messing with us.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that it has a limit on it with how long you can stay connected.
Yeah, with streaming it. It's a small device and stuff like that. And it's not one of the wired ones. It's it's the battery power ones, and they do perform. It's a little bit less as much as the wired compared to the wired ones.
We wouldn't have been able to do the wired ones in our.
For drill, anything can happen.
Yeah. So we're very much awake at this point, and it's 12:30.
12, yeah, that's 12:30
at this point, and we're okay, we don't know what exactly is going to go on at this point, and who's getting arrested, what's going on, and then we started noticing that they were doing a lineup.
Yeah.
Shining their flashlights. So they pretty much had.
They had four people. Now let me bring this back. On one of the four people, remember when I went outside, I'm just flashing my light, looking at the strange car who's at the side of my house.
Yeah, and you said he had his shirt off and stuff too.
Yeah, and I do remember he had his hands up he was waving in anger. That's kind of a T pose, kind of bucking up to this other person who's walking on the street. And I was thinking, oh, okay, that's weird. and then just kind of walked around to the back, make sure there's like nobody hanging back there. Not that that would be, but just something to show that, hey, I'm here. That was my intended goal. You are not, you're not in a private setting. This is a public domain, and this is my domain. Please take note. He was part of that lineup.
Yeah.
And there was like another person standing next to him was the person he was kind of doing his weird raising his arms to. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of gesture he was doing. I just know that he was gesturing the person standing next to him. Mm-hmm. And then next to that person was the crazy. Well, let's go with that. She's crazy.
Neighbors?
Yeah, our crazy neighbors.
Yeah.
And them sitting there, it just, if I had to paint a picture of kind of how they look, you kind of imagine, I hate to say it because I don't like to paint people in that light. I don't think any of our listeners would fit this description. So picture the most stereotypical trailer white trash. That's them. That's exactly, if you pictured pregnant too, that was probably involved in it too. but yeah, they were definitely the stereotypical kind of trailer right trash, shirtless, hairy tummy, just sitting out there, and they're not going to get you. Police are not going to scrap you when you're photoshopping or taking pictures, whatever. So there you go, and all this outside of our window, in front of our house.
Oh, yeah.
Not. It wasn't at our house.
No, it was right in front of it.
Yeah, they're in front of our house. Their house is next door.
They were walking through our front driveway to get into their backyard. I mean,
well, I guess what I'm trying to get people to imagine is, just imagine your front area of your house, or your building or whatever, and imagine someone on the other side of your building is the one who got in trouble. But their police or all this stuff that's happening is being placed in front of you.
Yeah.
Like, it is kind of a weird thing. Like, hey, guess what happened? Oh my God, it's right in front of my house. Like, yeah. I did take some photos with my phone. I may not be sharing those, but
probably not.
Yeah, just because I don't want to get people out there information in trouble, and it's
already in trouble.
Well, I don't want to put anybody. Yeah. I will let the police do their work.
One of the weird things, like when they lined them all up in a row on the road, and then they were like shining their flashlights at them.
Yeah.
Like that, like all over them, and I mean they did this for.
It was a good solid 3 minutes standing there flashing lights.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like this is like the longest family photo. I just
popped right behind them. So if you know what the heck they were doing, please let us know, because I'm clueless as to.
Yeah, it was like are they like taking pictures and stuff like that, and then they had, I think they had a police officer behind each one, like holding the back of their hands, like I mean, are
they posing? Like what's going on?
Like here? All right, smile, and then smile again. It's just.
Like, it was really confusing. And I mean, by this point, I think we had probably a good 5 cop cars at least.
Yeah,
out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a good chunk of them now at that point.
And then we saw them kind of start putting them in the car, and then
it took a while for all of that to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were trying to figure out what was going on, get statements.
I think it got to 1 o'clock, 1:25, or
eventually, they started, a few would drive off, and then more would come, and I mean, it was really this back and forth kind of thing, and and then of course we're trying to figure out, well, what's going on? I mean, I'm Googling everything. Okay, gunshots, police activity. What? I want to know what just went down.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's in front of our house. You would think it would be in front of their house.
Yeah, I mean,
why is it in front of our house?
And then the neighbors. There's some neighbors across the street, straight from our weird neighbors that had this whole incident. And they were all out and stuff like that. And we're I mean, they have them sitting on the road. And they never got arrested or anything, but obviously they had some sort of connection with all of this.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're providing information.
I would assume so.
We also, for not that we tried our best to to get into everybody's business. In fact, we're the opposite of that.
Yeah, no, we pretty much hide in our house. But, I mean, if you've got that going on outside or all around, I mean, it was all around. The only area that we didn't have issues going on was our backyard, as far as we know.
Yeah, exactly,
but we had it to our left, to our right, to our front. I mean, it was all around us.
Yeah, and it was just like, what the heck is going on? And then I guess we can get to the... I can't see the time that we gone so far, but I guess when we get to the part is, we finally get some sleep, very little sleep.
Yeah, no, I think I finally went to bed like 3:30 or something like that.
Yes.
And it took a little bit to go to sleep. I was, but it pretty much died down by that point. I think maybe there was just one or two cop cars left at that point, but everybody else, they had taken the handcuffed people gone and stuff like that.
And the funny thing is, they kept them in those cars for like a while too. So,
yeah.
So it's not like they all right, we're going to the station like the TV. No, they sat there for like an extra like hour or two. Yeah, just sitting in the car. Like, we just take them to jail. Or I guess the guy's probably like passing out in the back seat. Like, well, I guess he's not shooting anymore. Anyway, next day rolls up. You send me a message and kind of give me a few more details about what you saw. Now,
because you were at work and I was at home. Like, I went and dropped our daughter at her camp that she was doing.
Because it's the summertime.
And then when I was driving back home, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I got cars kind of like on either side of our driveway, and I'm like, can I get in there? And then thankfully they had left room for me, so I was able to like squeeze up in there. But the thing was, they weren't like cop cars. Like, they didn't say that,
they're like
police or whatever.
Undercover cops.
They definitely, they looked like something like it was an undercover cop kind of look. I mean, it looked like it. You could tell that they were connected with the police in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like they were trying to hide. Yeah, it wasn't like they were trying to hide it. It's like
something a detective would roll up in or something.
Exactly.
Or an FBI agent. I don't know. It was just like some crazy. Like, I could tell, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting in, and I get into my house as quickly as possible. And I mean, at this point, it's like what, 8, 9 in the morning or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm showing off like my photo. Like, dude, you won't believe what happened in my house, man.
So they're still there. I mean, this is a good 8 or 9 hours after all of this stuff went down, and they're still there. And it's like, wow, that's a long time, and. Yeah, so like I started trying to find out more information about it, but I didn't really get any more information.
In the meantime, I'm back to regular life and doing on the laptop work at work, just kind of drilling away. And then I get a message about what they called or what would you. They called it like an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I think that's what it was. Yes.
Aggravated. Yeah.
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Aggravated battery? I don't know. Either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Pretty much like, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then, like, you tell people that, so it's like, what do they call it? Oh, it was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Like, so that's your neighbor.
Yeah, that's what they were booked with.
Yes.
And I never could find any information on the other two, so I think maybe they weren't booked. Because you could get arrested, but then they don't, like, book you in. They just kind of, like, let you go if there's nothing to charge you with.
Yeah, I mean, for me, all I care about is just that aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is next to me in some way, reference, or form.
Yeah.
That's enough to be crazy. Now, what we're working on, and we'll be actually doing some work for that goal tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to put in there, too.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
The police stayed over there until 12:30.
Okay, yeah.
They were there for 12 hours.
And still back the next day in the morning. In fact, I think
I didn't see them then.
Yeah, in fact, I think I did see I think they were there till almost 3 o'clock.
Wow.
3 p.m. and I saw that because of our Ring doorbell system, and I actually saw when they finally driven away. But yeah, I mean. So, of course, if you listen to our previous episode, I think we did talk about looking for homes.
Yeah.
You can.
We have been slowly starting that process, mostly because of the weird stuff that's been going on over there. And then this happened, so it really just kind of cemented the fact that we're moving.
Yeah, I mean, actually putting it all together, like, even my, like, thing going, oh, God, they're shooting again. And, like, that's more of an evidence, if nothing else, like, oh, we just got to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, like, this isn't healthy. This isn't something that you want to have. Any father would really want their family to live around. I mean, but it is what we are kind of dealing with. Is what we're dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like constantly worried and checking on our daughter and making sure nobody's like breaking down the glass, taking her or something like that.
Yeah, and the first time she was, you know, it actually did scare her, you know, very, very much so.
She'd never heard this one, but yeah, there was. If you listen to our previous episode, we talked about a woman who was like beating down our door.
Yeah.
You can hear more about
looking
that
for some cheating man or something like that.
What the heck she was doing. But yeah, our daughter, I mean, that was during the daytime, and our daughter was with us. It was during a weekend on the daytime, and I mean, she did not sleep very well that night or the next night.
Yeah. And those are things that, like, why am I dealing with? And there's other people with issues. Other people that we don't engage with, we don't talk to, we're not around this ever, but it is affecting our home life, our off time.
Not to mention, I mean, like, you know, you're gone most of the time, you know, and I'm at home. Like, I stay at home pretty much all the time. You know, I work from home. You know,
and social media marketing.
Yeah, and I take care of our daughter at home, and it's terrifying being here by myself when I've got that going on over there.
Yeah. I mean, they're just them being there. That you know that they have that capacity.
Yeah.
And we're gonna add just to it, no names, because I don't think that's right. But we can say a bit of a background of they have been arrested multiple times. Mm-hmm. This isn't their first time, and actually the one lady that we heard, she had been arrested over 7 times.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, ridiculous. So not only this, they've been arrested 7 times. That blows my mind. I think like once would be enough of a lesson or a scare, but 7 times?
Not to mention when I finally looked up, like I was finally able to find the police activity report for our area,
mm-hmm.
and it listed it as whoever called and told them where all of this was going down, they listed our address. Which is why they stopped in front of our house. And that makes me, like, petrified that they're going to see that, too, and be upset that maybe we got them arrested or something like that. And it's like, I mean, you know,
thus
it could happen.
Yeah, but right? Also, thus the title of the podcast, we didn't call the cops.
We didn't.
We did think about it.
Yes.
And then we said, never mind. And then they came. And, I mean, part of me is like, okay, I hope that works as a deterrent, but I know you're crazy. Logic has seemed to fail.
Last time that they got arrested, it was like a couple weeks, maybe a month at most, that we got peace.
Yeah.
And craziness started happening again.
We actually relaxed for a little bit. It was like, oh my God, it's quiet.
Yeah.
It's quiet over there. It's peaceful.
I mean, it's been pretty quiet over there now, but again, like, I mean,
do we have to wait till police to come for it to be quiet?
Right.
And I think it was like maybe month. It was like the second month. All of a sudden, we started hearing them shouting and yelling, and it sounds like, you know, just a couple just not. They need to break it off.
They're very loud.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, and there's a lot of other things. I mean, the constant, like, you know, between 10 and 2 of revving motorcycle engine, and, you know,
yes.
10 p.m. to 2
and this isn't like, you know, I guess, like, you know, motorcycle engines are loud in general.
Oh,
but
this one's loud.
No, but let's imagine, like, it's just sitting there revving over and over. It's not going anywhere. It's just revving over and over and over and over.
20, 30 minutes?
Yeah. And then
maybe more?
And I've even heard, like, other neighbors get out and start shouting, what the F? I'm trying to go to sleep. And it's 12 to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've heard, you know, her screaming at him, like, saying, I'm going to go get a gun and I'm going to kill you. And, I mean, like, just some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, I mean, and I said it in a much nicer way, and I left out lots of curse words.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are things that they do during the nighttime, during the daytime, and and again, our daughter is hearing these things too. And it's
not as much. It's not she's like sitting there like listening to like, oh, what crazy stuff they're saying. But this is something that's passed her by. She knows that they're crazy. That we're not blind to it, and she's not blind to it either.
No, yeah, she definitely sees it too.
And the funny thing is like that kind of almost motivates us to find a house even faster, in a crazy way. And
definitely in that process.
Yes,
we've been like wanting to do it and kind of like thinking about it for a very long time. I mean, we are in our 30s and we've never purchased a home before.
Mm-hmm.
We've just never really had that place that we felt like, okay, we can live here for a while.
Yeah, we kind of lived the gypsy life.
Yeah,
going for
that's what my parents. That's what they call it.
We're trying to find our place. I mean, that's what it is, and it seems like
I guess we've always like looked at it as if we buy a home, I mean, we pretty much have roots now.
Yeah.
Once you have a home, it's like if you get a job offer somewhere else, forget it. I mean, that's not going to happen. But, we really like the area we live in, and, we've got, lots of
friends and good connections.
So we figure this is a good place to at least root ourselves until our daughter graduates, as long as nothing else comes along.
Yeah.
And it's a good city that, where you can have job opportunities and, and we grow our podcast and hopefully.
Yeah.
Great and big and
and I'll I guess put a little bit of what I am working on is, since we do have the preliminaries and primaries, and that we are actually going to be engaging into that for the first time. And I want to give a little bit about what we have here in Tampa, and actually just talk about a deep dive and for what we have in our city. So and I know we have a few people for that's here in Tampa that do listen and tell me about it. So, please stay tuned for that. I think you will enjoy it. A deeper dive on a local level that I don't think that I see enough on the media that I watch or enjoy. I know it's
because most of it's national kind of stuff.
Exactly. And they do have your local news, but who watches local news for entertainment? So it's a smaller demographic, and I don't think I've hit the demographic.
I don't think it's entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyhow, so we've probably run this one along long enough now, and last but not least, we do want to put it out there that, you do know that we are moving for a home and all that. And guess what we have recently put up? It's our Patreon page.
Yay!
We finally got it up. And so anyhow, check the links in the description. And
if you would like to support the show,
you don't have to. Our episodes that we have here that we publish every week are free, but
yeah, if you'd like to help us, support us, help us grow, even if you have like suggestions, stuff like that, you're definitely first on the list. You take priority. I mean, we will listen to everybody, but at the same time, you're going to take priority as for someone who's really trying to help the It Couple podcast become something that can be something solid and standing on its own. And
we have, right now I have, up on our Patreon page for Patreon members only, that we have an interview that I did of Xavion.
Oh, yes.
And an interview he did for me, and it's interesting listen. So
yes,
if you want to hear those and many other things we're going to be putting on there, just check out our Patreon page, and for $1 or more a month.
Okay, what hot sauce did you have when I did the interview, when I interviewed you?
A really bad one.
Oh my! Yes.
Like that thing. I have no idea what the name of it is.
So let me give you a little bit of No, it wasn't the ghost pepper.
No?
There's a show on YouTube, the Hot Ones.
It.
No, you did not. It messed with you. But
or it didn't like me.
There's a show on Hot Ones on YouTube called Hot Ones.
Yeah.
And
we watch it a lot.
Yes, and a lot of celebrities are on that show, and I just thought it would actually be a good idea to kind of throw one of the hot sauce, because what they
I don't eat. The hottest sauce I eat is mild. No, I think I've gone to medium.
The hottest sauce you eat is normal.
I have
buffalo wings and sweat it and sweat it. So there's this sauce called the bomb sauce. So I'm gonna say it one more time. If you're gonna search it, it's called Hot Ones on YouTube, and there's this sauce called the bomb.
Yeah.
The reason why
bomb.
Yes, DA bomb. The reason why I want to express that, so if you ever see that specific hot sauce, that's name any celebrity or on there, that's when it gets hot, and a lot of people start really reacting. And woo, you did a good job reacting. I didn't have to practice for it. It just and it
just happened naturally.
And that is a Patreon exclusive, and we still try to continue on with questions. And you can definitely you
chime in, give us suggestions for what would you like us to do an episode on. There's a lot of options there, and we made it pretty much. We started off with an easy thing, so there's just a one level. Everybody who gets that in that level, the $1 or more.
Hey, I'll definitely throw in I'll take the hot sauce, they name a hot sauce, and then I'll try to continue on the interview or one of our shows.
He very rarely reacts to hot sauce.
That just makes people who are tuned in.
Okay.
Actually,
go ahead, have fun.
Yeah, if you're tuned in and you're thinking about it, maybe send me a sauce. Or you're on Patreon.
Maybe the Carolina Reaper. I'd be interested to see if you could do that one.
I am interested in trying the Carolina Reaper. So but it took many years to get this tolerance, and I'm gonna keep it with me.
Yeah.
Anywho, either way,
I won't have any more.
Well, she refuses now, but. There's a reason why. Please watch if you do want to support us on Patreon, please do enjoy that material for you. Also, there's music, and a couple of episodes that we did not release. They're in a raw-ish. They're pretty much in a raw form.
Oh
yeah. So I guess I kind of like it in raw form, so it's kind of it's unfiltered.
We're constantly uploading more into there, and we'll keep adding more and. When we finally get our first Patreon, we will woohoo!
Actually, you know what? First Patreon, you get a shout out. So
right.
if you put any line you want, any text, I will say it here. In fact, it will be the first thing. I'll put it there. The very first thing we say on the podcast will be your name and a thank you to you.
Yep, for the very next episode.
All right.
After you subscribe.
After you support.
Can't do it before.
Have we not, Bernard? Have we not? I think we've come to the conclusion here. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap this one up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your support and listening all the way through. And until next time, everyone, take it easy.